how we doing today? So in today's episode, we're going to be working on the 500 Ranger. We're going to be changing the transmission. That's right. We got it running, but the transmission's junk. It's just grinding, making a whole bunch of noise. I'll do a video a little bit later, taking it apart and seeing what's wrong with it. But as of right now, we're just going to be changing it because I got a transmission for it. So without further ado, let's get in. All right, so here we are. I've already gotten the cover off. It's pretty basic. A couple 3/8 bolts. Next, let's get the clutches off. Basically, you're going to want to take a 16 millimeter on your primary. Pop it off. So you get your little bushing out of there. And then, using your clutch puller, stick it in. And using a 22 socket, we're going to drive our primary off. You don't even have to take the belt off. The belt can stay on. There we go. Primary's pulled. I can just slip it all off. And there we go. We got the belt and the primary off. Now, time to pull the secondary off, which is a 13 mil. All right, 13 mil or a 1/2 inch. Bolt out. Clutch. Sometimes they get a little stuck. Now there is a puller for these, which I don't have, of course, because, there we go. They usually just pop off. You just got to get it. All right, so that guy's off. Now we can pull off our inner cover here. 3/8. Those pulled off, loose, and then you got 3 Phillips heads up there. And take your Phillips heads out. There you go. Pull your inner cover off. And now we've gained access to the transmission. Okay, so now we got to start getting our brackets all off. So you got a bracket down here. You got 2 bolts in the transmission. These are 13s, and then you got 2 bolts and nuts in the frame. These are 14 millimeter or 9/16. You got a bracket back here, but you got to take this through bolt out, which is a 14 or 9/16. And then you have the 2 bolts that hold the bracket to the back of the frame here. And those are also 14. The only ones that are going to be 13 are the ones that go into the case. All the rest are 14s. And then you're going to have this guy over here. So you got to take this bolt off. So let me start working on this. We'll get this all undone, and then we'll go to the other side. All right. Using a long, mail truck's here. Swivel head with the ratchet. I've already broken it free. Look at that. Get right in there. Get the perfect angle you need. Get it right out. My God, that truck needs ball joints or something. Jeez. Way to go, Postal Service. All right. Now, let's see. Yep. All right. So there we go. Oop, there it goes. Falls on the floor. It's fine. We'll find it. All right. So we got that one off. Got the 2 on the bottom here. And I got the rear bracket off. So let's go to the other side. All right. And here we are on the passenger side of the machine now. Now there's a little less you have to do here. Pretty much. Of course, take your shift cable off. Which I can't get with my finger right now. and this bolt here, and that's it. And then of course your wire harness. So that's the easy part. So this bolt down here, same thing. They're all, these are the 14s, I believe. Yep. So we're gonna put a long 14 on it. Oh man, she is rusty. Look at all the dirt. Ugh. Ugh. There we go. All right, here we go. We got that one off. And we can pull our bolt out here. There we go. All right. And then our last bolt, again, is going to be right here. That's on the bracket that holds the motor and the transmission. So just like the other side, just get in here with your long wrench or whatever you got. We're going to break it free. Switch it over to the ratcheting side with the nice swivel head. Oh, look at that. The transmission's already moving. And we're just going to take it out. Okay, so we've got the transmission fully unbolted from the Ranger. Now the next thing we're going to have to do is pull the parking brake caliper, which is back here. Let me get in here so y'all can see. All right here. Got to pull the parking brake caliper off, which it's just 2 nuts on the back side here, and it's these bolts. So essentially, hold these bolts and take these nuts off. Don't take these nuts off. These lower ones here, see how the nut's on this side? That will take the whole caliper apart. So it's going to be the nut here, the one that's mounted to the frame. One here, one here. So let me get that off. Okay, there we go. There you go. Caliper's off. Set it to the side. All right, so we're almost there. Now, this is probably the hardest part of the whole job. It's getting this roll pin out, okay? So when you look at your roll pin, one side's gonna look kind of mushroomed. The other side's gonna be sitting inside, okay? You want to push it out on this side. So the mushroom end, that's how they drove it in. The non-mushroom end, that's how you want to drive it out. And pretty much, you just get in here with a pick or your weapon of choice and a hammer and start driving that pin out. Now some of them, they do get stuck. They don't like to come out, and you can drill these out. So I'm gonna go off camera and start whacking this because I don't want to hit the camera. So let me get this pin out, and like I said, this is the hardest part of the job right here. So let's get to it. Okay. Whew. So after about a good 10 minutes of pounding, we got it. It's almost all the way out. You can use an old bolt here and drive it the rest of the way out, but all right, I got it. All right, old bolt, old crappy broken extension. That's the problem, just to have enough leverage here. There we go. It's out. Oh my Lord, gotta hate those pins. Okay, off to the next step. Let's get the drive shaft off. Okay, we're back on this side. All right, so now we gotta get the drive shaft off. Now, it just slips back onto the diff. So what you're gonna do is spray penetrating oil in here on the shaft and back here. It's gonna help lubricate everything. And then all I do, not try and hit the camera, I just come in with a pry bar, okay, and just start wiggling it. Okay, there it goes, moved. We're gonna try and come in on this side. You just gotta keep working it. And eventually, it should pop off. Back here. And she'll come off. It's almost there. All right, time for the hammer. All right, hammer time. Love taps on the rotor. It's just part of the brake rotor. Who cares? It ain't gonna hurt it. There it goes. There we go. All right. There we go. Drive shaft's off. Now, in theory, I'm supposed to just slide this back forward. Of course, that's not going to happen. So, let's come in here with the pry bar, and we're going to work that off in a minute, but we don't need that off. So, now, pretty much, as long as the front shaft has been lubricated its whole life, it should slide right out. Let's see. All right, so we got it. So one of the tricks I did was use the pry bar here and push off the transmission, and I got it off. So, hose, and now we can just very simply work the transmission out. And there it is. Ah. All right, and there we have it. There's the old busted one out. As you can see, it doesn't really do anything here. You got a little bit of a click there, but the problem is right there. See, if I just hold the shaft with my hand. So I'm suspecting it's an issue with the shift forks in here. I'll take it apart and probably rebuild it, make it like new again. This one, everything works as it's supposed to. There's neutral, there's reverse, low range, and high range. So everything works in this one. The only issue with this one I've got is it appears to be leaking down here. So I'm gonna get this all cleaned up. I'm gonna pop this cover off, reseal it, put it back on, and we should have no more leak. This is a common area for these transmissions to leak down here. So I'm gonna get that taken care of, and then be ready to put this bad boy back in. Okay, now that we got this rinsed off, got all the mud off of it, pull this cover off. All right, now we've got the bolts off. There's a little tab here. You just give her a couple love taps there, a couple here. It'll start to pop up, and then you just come in with a screw flathead and work your cover off. You get a little stuck on the dowel, so you just gotta. She'll pop off. Just like that. There we go. Yeah, definitely was getting water in it. Let's see all the crud. So, and that seal wasn't doing much of sealing right there, that's for sure. Look at all the crap in there. Oh my God. Ugh. Yep, time for a new seal, so get this all cleaned up. Get the wire wheel to it, clean it up, it'll be fine. Chain's in good shape. 4-wheel drive chain right there. It's your 4-wheel drive shaft. It's your ring gear, so alright. Well, I'm gonna get this all cleaned up and then we'll get it back together and get it back in. Alright, and there we have it. Swapped over the covers. Got rid of the old rotted out cover that was leaking all over the place. It actually had a hole. Look at the hole in the seal. Jeez. But I wasn't going to chance this cover, so. There it is, swapped over from the transmission that's broken internally. Got it all sealed up, so we're going to let this dry overnight before we put fluid in it. And the next thing is I'm going to get these shafts all cleaned up. So, and then just to kind of show y'all, Here's the inside of the transmission, and look at this. No wonder this thing doesn't work. It's all full of water. Look at the ugh. But the gears look good. I don't see any damage to the gears. I'm thinking it's something up here in the shifting mechanism, but we'll get this all torn apart and see what's going on with it. But that's why you don't change out your fluid. There's your problem right there. So, all right, let's get cleaning these shafts up, and then we get this back into the Ranger. And there we have it. It's the next day. RTV's all sealed up. We got the shafts all cleaned back up, nice. Got our clutch shaft on, so this is ready to go back in there. So I guess with movie magic, all we're gonna do is, look at that, it's all back in there. So we got it all in. Now, one of the things I want to mention to everyone, when you're putting your transmission or anything back in, don't tighten all the bolts as you put them in. So put all your bolts in loosely, get them all in, because if you start tightening them down as you put them in, you may not be able to get some others in. So we got all the bolts in, and very crucial on these, once you get all your bolts in, the first ones you want to tighten are the ones here to the engine transmission mount. So tighten these two. There's one on this side and one on the other side. Tighten those two first, because that's going to pull the transmission tight this way. Everything else is like slotted. So once you get those tight, then you can just work your way around. Tighten these, tighten those, and then your bolt on the other side. So now I'm going to get the covers back on, get the inner cover on, and then the clutches. And I'm going to show you all a trick on putting the belt on. So give me all right, everyone. So we've got the secondary on, got the bolt in it. Here's our new belt. It's a Gates 20G4022. This is the most common Polaris belt. Fits like everything 06 and back basically, but this is the one for the Rangers. Now, basically all I do is throw it over your secondary like that. You take your primary, swoop it in like that, and then slide your primary onto the engine. Bam. Belt's installed, clutches are installed. Easiest way to put these on. Even when I'm changing belts, this is how I do it. I pop the clutch off, get everything good. So easy way to put your belt on right there. All right, let's finish this up and see how she works. And there we have it. It's working. It goes forward, it goes backwards, doesn't make any clunking noises. Four-wheel drive works, as you can see, and goes through all the gears perfectly fine. Goes into neutral, high, low, and reverse. No issues. So, job well done. It's in there. The only other thing you'd have to do is fill up, of course, your transmission fluid, which I'll have a video on servicing all the fluids on your 500. So if you haven't seen that one, check that one out on the channel. And I think the next thing we're going to be doing in the restoration of this guy is fixing all this. Need some bushings. So we're going to be doing bushings on it and also changing the brakes, because the pads look good, but I don't know, these calipers, I don't think they're going to be working in a while. So I got new brakes for it, so we'll be doing that. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, do whatever you can. And until next time, I'll see you all around. Thanks for watching.